Well, welcome everyone. Works, we can hear. Thanks for having us. I want to thank Gene, of course, Brent, James, and Rob for all that you do. First of all, you guys are great. And we've been blessed to come here this week and enjoy Maui. We love it here. We come here for vacations. We bring our children. And this is really a special place for me, too. In college, I played tennis, and I played a lot. And I was I got to be fairly inept at it and did very, very well where I was at in Northern California. And I was offered a full scholarship to Hawaii when I was like 18 years old. And I really wish I would have taken it. I look back now, and instead I went to like San Jose. I lived in Santa Cruz, and I went to San Jose, but I grew up a surfer, and I just love this island. I love the islands, and but I wasn't ready. And my father was like, "Are you sure you want to go?" It's like, and I was this little kid just kind of afraid to do it. But anyway, just that's kind of my heart touch with Maui and how much we care about it, and we love to come here and bring our family.
So where's the slideshow? Oh, you're in control. Okay. So first of all, thank you, Gene, all the Fredericks, the whole family, because we know that there's a huge sacrifice that comes to the travel and everything that goes along with that. Obviously, Brent and Kathy. We know that in their success and the growth of all of us and all of our organizations, there will be a time. So they're trying to make babies off babies. So let's all be leaders and enjoy our organizations and build people within. And so we're honored to be here and share. We are like infants and midgets when it comes to EXP as far as our organization. As you'll see as we get started, we only have 13 personally sponsored. We've only been here since June of last year. We are highly, highly motivated in agent attraction. I cringe when Steve says, "Hey, we have this listing," and "Hey, we have this buyer." I'm like, no, I don't want it. Because we are very, very motivated to live residually, and you'll hear our story. We currently do that at our old company. This is our next vehicle that is going to take us and our team to that same place. So
Just a little bit about us. We've been in business for quite a while, 94 for me, and Jamie since about 2006. And we worked in Oregon. My specialty was working with builders, lot and land acquisition, and we had a really good run. I mean, we made a great income, and but I've always thought about the long game. I've always thought about building something that would pay us where we didn't have to work anymore, where we could do what we wanted. We'd have time freedom, and when you work selling real estate, which is great, and it's been a blessing. It blessed us for a long time. But you get on the other side of that, and you start making money residually. There's nothing like it. We call it mailbox money, and around the 15th or 20th of every month, you get a nice check, and it's really amazing. Once you get to a point where you can earn a six-figure income without having to work anymore, it changes everything in your life, and that's what we've been doing the last 10 to 12 years. I mean, it's been very, very nice. So as far as the long game goes, at my last company, I basically sponsored just a couple people a month, and I did that for about 6 or 7 years, and it blew up into about 400 agents, personally sponsored. I was the main referring agent, recruiter at that company, and I would do interviews every single day, sometimes 2, 3, 4 a day, and I would drive all around the Portland metropolitan area.
And Washington, and fly to Arizona.
Yeah. I mean, I would be all around the state, but it turned into a very successful, very profitable. It's the largest privately owned brokerage in the Northwest. 1,200 agents. I think they did. Well, they've done about $4.5 billion in the last few years, which is a pretty big number, and it's doing very, very well. And they've blessed me with. When I left, it was a very, very tough thing. I was very close friends with the owner, which I'm sure a lot of you are, which, the gentleman we just heard is his dad. So we were very, very close friends. And that model has a clause that says if you ever, retire or move, we'll continue to pay you as long as you don't go after and recruit out of your past company. So we haven't done that. We have a lot of respect for that company. We're working with new agents that we've never met before in Arizona, and we're starting to build again. But we're very, very excited about that. So anyway, a little bit about our family up there. We have 2 kids together, Hudson and Hayden right here. They're our Y.
Boys, come up here, boys.
which is very, very exciting.
They're 14 months apart. So we got Hudson, and then we got Hayden. He was 3 months old, and I found I was pregnant with him.
Yep.
So here we are, and they're Irish twins, and they fight over colors. They fight over anything and everything, but they're our joy, and we love them dearly. So,
But
yeah, boys.
They are the salt of the earth
moms.
to us. And then I have a couple other kids that are graduating from
Okay,
college.
so who we are, we gotta speed this along. We're a husband, we're a wife. These are our kids. Steve has, when I met him, he had a 6 and 8-year-old. So he was doing that whole every other weekend thing. And I embraced that. I didn't have any children. I had been already in the real estate field and career. Next slide. So here's, you're gonna hear a little bit about our story, and here we are at the country club in Arizona. Steve's an avid golfer. He golfs 7 days a week, about 7 a.m., and then he comes to the office, and we have our whole EXP office dialed in our home, and that's where we make calls and texts and emails and really focus on the attraction part. We do not lead generate for sales anymore. Not that that's a bad thing. That's just not our thing. And we really truly lean into Brent. And then, of course, we know Gene. We've known Gene forever through the KW model that we'll get into. But we lean into our upline. We bring Gene and like a Brent in if it's 20 people-ish or more. And then if it's single agents, then we really lean on Don Yoakum, our sponsor, and Randy Bird, Coach Bird. Everyone loves Coach Bird, right? And they've been fantastic. So just a little bit about us. God, I gotta get over here. I can't read this. So don't cry. So life was awesome until 2008. Does anyone remember those times? Yeah. They were scary. So it was a time of downsizing for us in survival mode. We had a thriving business. We worked with about 6 major builders in the Portland market. They all filed bankruptcy, and 56 listings overnight were canceled. So we were looking at each other going, we have no pipeline and no income because our builders fed us for years and years. So at that point, obviously we had money saved and so on and so forth, but you go through that and you're basically in survival mode. So we decided to sell our house. We sold the 2 rentals we still had at that time. We sold our luxury cars and we moved into a tiny little 1,300 square foot townhome in a great city, awesome area. We could walk and do whatever we wanted right by there. But still, it's very humbling, right? You guys saw like everything you've built. He's been in the business since '94, me since 2006. Before I met Steve, he had ownership in a KW office. So when 2008 hit, he lost all of his shares because, of course, at $27,000 a month brick and mortar, had to walk away from that, get rid of the office. And so at that point, we're kind of looking at each other going, what do we do now? We don't have KW. We have junky cars that we paid cash for. We have a 1,300 square, you go from the high to the low, right? Everybody like know what I'm talking about here? So at that point, we're like, it's just stuff, who cares? We'll rebuild. And that's what we basically did. We went into, I said, hey, I went to this open house. And they have like these gorgeous 3-page flyers that are like colorful and amazing and glossy. He's like, where was that at? Well, it was a city outside of Portland, high-end luxury area. And so we went out there, we met these people, and it was like this fantastic open house. And that guy was the owner of the brokerage we then went to and built. So we went there. I said, I think we need to do this. You've lost the KW. Let's just do this. Let's refocus. Steve's like this at the meetings. So we finally got him to go, and that's where he and I rebuilt. And this little boutique brokerage was 35 agents for about 5 or 6 years. And we came on board, and my husband and I say, hey, you're all from KW. We need a profit share program here, and we'll build this. And so after lots of executive meetings, we went through all that, and we created a profit share program at our old brokerage, and that's where it kind of grew, and things started changing from us. The checks started coming in, $1,000 per agent, and Steve goes, per agent? You need it to be in like 4 levels, 7 levels, 8 levels, whatever. So they agreed on 4 levels, and that's where our life started turning around. So tons of tears, tons of hardships, tons of loss. Next slide. I guess here we are. Here's our kids. Here we are after the craziness of everything. Our dog Lucy, she's a mini golden doodle. We love her. Steve and I golfing 2 weeks ago. Next slide. Go ahead, babe.
So anyway, our journey after Keller Williams and into our last brokerage, it just started to take off again. And we were lucky enough to build another rev share program. I actually built and added about 130 people while I was at Keller Williams. So that paid us a little bit, month after month. But when the market got bad, that check went down, and it just wasn't enough to live on. So a few years into our new company, our boutique company, things started to go, and we started to make a decent income again. And then some things kind of changed with them, though. After about 10 years, we really loved that place. We thought we'd probably stay there forever and retire, but I got a call, I guess it's been about 4.5 years now, from a Mr. Don Yoakum, sort of out of the blue, and just asking me if I would sit down and chat a little bit and have an open mind when it comes to eXp Realty. And I was not really open towards it, but I did a little checking on him. He knew and was friends with one of our lenders, actually, and he gave him a thumbs up, like Don was a good guy, and you should probably at least sit and hear what he had to offer. So I did that. I met with Don. We had lunch together, and I tell you, once you see this thing, you can't unsee it. Has anybody ever told you that? So I met with Don and went home and talked to my wife about it. But at the time, to be honest with you, we were making a great income again. We were back selling probably 40, 45 homes a year. I was salary making six-figure income there. And I just didn't have a need, to be honest with you, at that point. So, but I did buy 2,000 shares of stock, which was kind of interesting. And that didn't go over very well at my last company. They were at a leadership meeting. I kind of mentioned eXp, and I said, hey, we might want to start following their model. They are the leading edge. They are doing very, very well. They are not having all of this brick and mortar debt that the company that we were currently with had. And I said, we might want to start following them. And by the way, I bought a couple thousand shares of their stock. And it was like I was the bad guy in the room. It was really kind of weird. Why did you buy that stock? Why are you looking so into them? I'm a guy that goes out, and we call it guerrilla warfare. I go to companies, I meet with brokers, I find out what they charge, and I get to know them. I build relationships, and then as I meet their agents at open houses, that's how I did a lot of my recruiting, to be perfectly honest with you. I go out on Tuesdays, I go out on weekends, I meet with people, get to know them, and share things with them, and get to love on these people, and just like the last brokers we're talking about, I'd do anything for another broker, and we did that for years, but it really didn't go over very well. And from that moment on, I was kind of like the black sheep, and things just turned a little bit, and that's when Jamie and I decided, hey, maybe we should move on. Maybe we should take the income that we've built and retire or semi-retire and move to Arizona. And we did just that. We packed everything up, sold everything in our home, and moved down to Arizona. It was a 3-day trip, lots of fun, and bought in a very nice community. And really over the last, almost 4 years, I didn't work much. I played a lot of golf. I love pickleball. I actually played pickleball this morning for 3 hours right down the street here with about 35, 40 locals, and I had a great time there. But we just enjoyed life. It was great. Jamie didn't work for over a year or so. But it just kept coming up, eXp, and I'd see signs, and I'd go out and, I tour a lot. That's my thing. I love to tour homes.
Don Yoakum would say, we have an event in Scottsdale. Steve, Jamie, come to happy hour with me. I'm in Scottsdale. Don Yoakum did not give up on us. He tried for 4 years. So don't give up on your peeps. Continue.
Yeah, so, and then I guess that the thing that kind of really opened me up, Jamie and Don were talking kind of behind my back, and Randy Bird about, if you ever want to recruit somebody, contact their spouse. I'm just going to give you if you're having challenges with it, contact their spouse. And I've learned that over the years, and I used to do that myself. But Jamie was invited, and myself, to a event in Cabo last year. I kind of went kicking and screaming. I wasn't really that excited about it, but I love Cabo too. We've traveled there. We enjoy going there with our family and things like that. So we went, and that was my real first initial, really, to meet everybody. Michael Valdez was there, Gene was there, Brent was, more than gracious. Rob, we got a chance to meet Rob, and James, and everybody's just so nice here. It's incredible. I've been at so many other 4 or 5 other brokerages and, years at a time. But there's something different about this company. There really is. It's a blessing. I pray a lot about this company, and I pray for it. And once we went to that event and we just saw, I think there was 12 or 1,300 agents there, it just sort of changed my whole mindset. And I thought to myself, you know what? I need to get back to doing business again. I need to get back to recruiting and on a major level. And this was the platform for it. I mean, with the 7 levels and how much you make per agent and how much love there is in this company, we decided to sign a LOI, which is a letter of intent at that training. And,
at Brent's presidential suite with no internet.
yeah. We finally.
Brent's going, where's the tech guy? Come on, let's go, Rob.
Yeah. But anyway, that was the day we decided to come on board. And about 45 days later, I think it was about the first week of June, we joined the company. But just a couple things, tidbits for you guys about inviting agents to join this company. I get very, very emotional when I meet with people that I see going through tough times. And these days, there are a lot of agents going through tough times. And I think we've been through 5 or 6 major events like this. Since we joined, we go about every couple of months. If there's something going on, we will go. We've been in Texas, we've been in Vegas, Nakoma, Lake Tahoe, and I've built another passion for another business. And I was very passionate about my last company. And when I would go in and I would meet with agents, I would really get to know them. I would ask a lot of questions, and I would get as much information as I possibly could. I learned a long time ago, I have 2 ears and 1 mouth, use them accordingly, and they've blessed us. So that's what I do now with EXP. I go on tour. I go on tour on weekends, and I go meet agents, and I talk to them, and I get to know them. And most of the agents now in the Phoenix metro area don't know me from Adam. I'm not a producer there. I don't have that to fall back on, but I care about people, and I care about how their families are doing. And I have this thing called FORM, Family Occupation Recreation, and then I send a message. And it's served me well over the last 10 years, and we're doing it again. And we're just getting started, but we've got some big teams that are looking at this. Brent helped us out with an icon agent with 24 people on his team, and we have a few companies in the Northwest that are really taking a look at this and are probably going to make the switch soon. But I'm very excited about the next 12 to 24 months. I think that we'll be able to build something bigger than we've ever built in the past again, and it's very exciting to be here with all of you. A lot of leaders in this room. It's very exciting. We're learning a lot, and I just want to say thanks a lot. We really appreciate all you guys and the time that we're allowed to spend with you. So thank you very much.
Well, there's actually more, sorry. But the point, I guess, to all this stuff that we did on the airplane is you need to build a plan B. We didn't realize or have anyone that was mentoring us, and we didn't even really know about EXP, to build a plan B. We just thought it was fun at Keller Williams, and it ended up to be pretty lucrative with all of us and our team. And then when we got the 2008 hit, that crashed. We had to do something else, and so we were used to that as a little side income when we started or became partners with this other firm. And we reenacted that there. You need to have a plan B. I can't stress that enough, guys. I don't care if you sell millions and millions of dollars a home, or a year. It will go away at some point. I mean, we were always carrying 50, 60, 70 something listings at all times. It was weird if the listing low got into the 40s, and we were broke when 2008 hit. So the point to all this is we just kept going, we just kept talking to agents, we just kept onboarding, and sooner rather than later, am I going the wrong, shoot. Rob, what am I doing? Green, oh, green, okay. We're almost done, I promise. Sooner rather than later, there's greener pastures, right? So as Steve mentioned, it was 4 years of dancing around this EXP Realty idea. We were scared. We were living in fear, trying to pull that trigger. And to be honest with you, we came home from Cabo and had this amazing trip, wined and dined by some of the top leaders. And Steve says, babe, I want to go too, but I don't know about this. If we go and our old brokerage pulls our residual income, we're dead. Like, we're gonna live off our savings and our stocks. Do you realize that? And at some point when that goes away, then we're gonna have to sell our home. Are you okay with that? Are you willing to do that to go to eXp Realty? And I said, yes, I am. And we both sat in the office, and I'm crying, he's crying. He's like, babe, it was so hard. It was 12 years of building this old company. I don't know about this. And I looked at him, did I not? And I said, well, I'm going. So if I'm going, now we're at 2 different brokerages, and we're husband and wife. And so Dawn always said, and Randy, we knew we could get Steve and we can get Jamie. So that's kind of the thing. And we're just so on fire to be here and, build with you guys and help you guys. And there's a lot of orphans in here as we've been walking around the resort and meeting people that don't have an upline. Yo, contact us. We are all about building our stock portfolios. Yes, we love agent attraction. Yes, we've been in high-end sales. But here's the thing. If you're an orphan and you have no one, please contact us. We'll help you. We all want to build our portfolios, right? So first and foremost, I can't relate to lazy people. We don't speak the same language. I don't understand you. I don't want to understand you. And this is Kobe Bryant. This is one of my favorite quotes. And I try to, with my energy, and I really am this excited all the time, not just here, try to explain to people that there is another way to do it. So Brent came to Scottsdale and visited us. We do weekly meetings with Rob Flick every Wednesday. If you're ever in the Phoenix or Scottsdale market, you can reach out to us. Our info will be on the next slide. That's where you can bring people that you've talked to, met, just say you're even on vacation. Bring them there. We'll help them. We do a presentation. He's been awesome. Brent came and joined us too. And here's where the bottom line is, guys, we're like everybody else. We fell hard in 2008, and we looked for a vehicle. We looked for opportunities to agent attract. There is no other company in the history of companies, and there won't be, like this. I told him we're home. Now, this may take us 5 years, 20 years to build like Brent and Jean, but I don't give a damn, because we're gonna just stay the course and we're gonna build it. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll take 3 years. We don't really care. Just don't quit. Just keep talking to agents. Just keep doing your 15-minute thing. Just do your texts, your messages. Every day we're plugging out. So anyways, here's our info. I'm sorry, I'm old-fashioned. I don't have a QR code, but we're all over on Facebook. And anyways, we love you guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
Good job. Excellent. Good job.